And now, your First Alert 5 weather.
And welcome back, everyone. Just 2 nights into standard time here, and the socials are all lit up with some of these amazing sunsets here in southern Colorado. This one taken right in the Pikes Peak region. Photo sent in by Landon Harris. Last night's sunset, absolutely spectacular with those almost neon oranges, yellows, and reds out across parts of southern Colorado. And this one from this morning, a Sangres stunner. Photo sent in by Steve Schugert, who lives just outside of Westcliff. That, of course, is the snowy Sangres off in the distance. Now, today in the Springs in Pueblo definitely felt a little more like fall or winter, especially this morning as we struggled to get the sunshine until the afternoon hours. Temperatures even around the mid to late morning hours were only in the 30s, but eventually we did top out at 54 in the Springs, 58 in Pueblo. Both areas just a few degrees shy of the typical average high that we see this time of the year. Right now in the Springs only cooling down a few degrees, 52 out at the airport. Again, that's the official sensor and record keeper here in Colorado Springs. But at our Rock Rimmon Studios, I just checked and we're already down to around 44 degrees. Pueblo at the airport already down to the upper 50s, but that feels like temperature right around 47. Big area of low pressure will dominate the weather picture, even here locally over the next 48 to 72 hours. Strong southwest winds ahead of the low will bring in high fire danger. That begins tomorrow, and those red flag warnings likely to persist Wednesday into Thursday for parts of the News 5 viewing area. Notice the track and low when I put this back into motion. Look what happens. It goes up and over most of southern Colorado. So without a direct hit, we really don't see any direct impacts in terms of any snowfall. But behind that low, watch out as we get a cold Canadian blast of air that moves down. Could see overnight lows by the weekend, even Friday morning, down to the lower to middle teens in some spots. High fire danger comes first before those icy cold temperatures. Red areas, you'll be under red flag warnings from 11 a.m. tomorrow to 5 p.m. And then that expands with that fire weather watch in effect on Wednesday. Again, that likely extends into parts of our Thursday as well with these dangerously low humidity values and also some very gusty winds. Look how the map lights up here. This is the high-res model, which can overdo some of the wind gusts, but generally speaking, I think we'll be around 30 to 35, maybe up near 40 across the I-25 corridor. Gust likely 40 to maybe 45 for the eastern plains. Some of our mountain areas could see gusts tomorrow up near 45 to even 55 miles per hour, and that could lead to some blowing dust across the mountain valleys and the far east plains on Tuesday. Generally drier conditions expected, but maybe a passing shower into parts of Baca County. That would be about it with that downslope wind coming out of the mountain areas, moving to the plains. Look for those daytime highs to rise by about 15 degrees. Then that cold front arrives early Thursday morning. Most of the snow from this system stays in the mountains, but we can't rule out maybe a little bit of snow up along the Palmer Divide into parts of Teller County. But at this point, folks, it's not looking like much. Lows tonight with those breezes staying generally above the freezing mark outside of the mountain areas. Highs tomorrow with that warm up could be into the upper 70s in parts of the Arkansas River Valley and well into the 60s here in the Springs, at least for the next 2 days. Then by Thursday, shaving off about 20 degrees, even colder on Friday. And with that passage of the cold front, as it moves through, we could see gusts around 50 miles per hour Thursday morning. Likely weather alert with at least a 2, if not a 3 on our News 5 storm impact scale. Look at those lows down into the teens for at least a couple of nights. Pueblo, we go from shorts and t-shirt weather on Election Day and Wednesday down to the winter coat type of weather with a high of 44 Friday and a low that night all the way down to 14. Canyon City, I keep us dry for now over the next 7 days. By Veterans Day, much colder air after a couple of days of some very strong wind, potential high fire danger in the forecast in parts of Fremont County. And for Woodland Park, I've got temperatures around 60 Tuesday to Wednesday, but that could be brought or followed, I should say, by a quick shot of snow as we make our way into Thursday morning. It's a very cold temperatures to follow. Rob?